The doctor is in. Dr. Urias Papers here, coming at you with another commentary on Marvel Contest of Champions. And this weekend, we opened our crystals for the week. We had a 7-star Awakening Gem crystal, which we opened, and we got a Cosmic Awakening Gem for 7 stars. We had a Galan. We went ahead and used that. We ranked him all the way up to rank 4. Now we have a brand new shiny Awakened 7-star Galan. So we're going to talk about how he works. We're going to talk about who goes well with him in synergies. And we're going to take him for a spin in Realm of Legends. So a lot to go over, a lot to talk about. Don't go anywhere and stay tuned. All right, before we begin, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you have any questions or comments, please leave a question or comment. And don't forget to hit that notification bell or share this video. All right, here we have him. Here he is right here. This is Galan. He is a 39,262 at rank, at level 1, Awakened. I currently have him set at, for my things, I have him set for special damage, and for defense, I have block penetration, which is pretty much what I have every single one of my champions set at. A few, I've got the attack part set for some precision, but for the most part. Now, for the relic that I put on him, if we go back here and we look at relics, I put one of the new stat casts on him. So I have this 6-star Hulkling stat cast, and I've got some armor penetration here, and I've got more energy resistance because he already gets some. So that is a thing. So let's take a look at Galan's kit here. So I've got Khonshu's Ankh set up here. And first thing I want to point out with Galan is his shtick. The shtick with every one of the champions is a thing that you want to do that will kind of get them over the hump and get them to do like their most damage. And these are usually the things that will end combats pretty quickly, if not instantly. So his shtick is this thing called Planetary Mass and Harvest. So whenever he gains a buff, he gains Planetary Mass, and it's increased by 10. He gains 50 Planetary Mass whenever the opponent gains an Armor Up effect. So that's mainly for your tech champions. Now, how does he gain buffs? Because that feeds into his Planetary Mass. And of course, we get 2 different buffs. So Galan's first light attack and second medium attack give him physical resistance. And then his first medium attack with his solar staff gives him energy resistance. So if you do a light, medium, light, or you do a light, like a medium, you do a medium, light, medium, then you'll get the maximum that you need. So if you do a first medium, he's going to get some energy resistance and 10 planetary mass. Then you're going to do your first light, he's going to get physical resistance and another 10 planetary mass. And you do your second medium, or you end with a medium, he's going to get 10 more of that physical resistance. So he's got a lot of beefy resistance to both energy and physical, which gives him a lot of kind of defense. Now, remember, he gets extra if the planetary mass, if somebody is like, because there's some non-tech champs that get armor ups, but if they're getting armor ups, he's getting a lot of planetary mass. So if he gets knocked down, he's going to lose planetary mass, so you want to avoid that. Landing a heavy, when you have 100 or more planetary mass, will trigger the harvest. Activating the harvest on attack prevents Galan from building power over 1 bar. So you can get up to 1 bar, and then you're done. And so you don't want to land a heavy until you've built up at least 100 planetary mass. On defense, the harvest activates when he reaches 100. So the harvest lasts for 14 seconds. When the harvest ends, Galan consumes all planetary mass to deal a burst of, right now it's 585 direct damage for each planetary mass consumed. That's a lot of damage. This damage scales with base attack only and is halved on defense. And while the harvest is active, Galan also gains a unstoppable buff and a regen buff, which means more utility. And if Galan performs a special attack while the harvest is active, it becomes unblockable and the harvest ends. The burst of damage triggers on the final hit of the special attack. So that's his thing. You get this. Now he's got these solar intensities, which are crossfight abilities. He gets an intensify for those, so he gets a little bit more powerful as he goes. So he'll make them a Herald of Galactus. So, okay, let's take a look at his special attacks. Here they are right here. So special 1, he gains 4 Fury buffs. These Furies last for 28 seconds, which is a really long time. And it increases his attack rating by 813. If you do this while the harvest is going, lots of damage. When the harvest is active, he also gains resistances, or convert all Galan's resistance buffs into planetary mass each. So I like to do, I like to build up planetary mass to over 100, and then I like to do special ones. You do build over 100, you hit the heavy, you activate the harvest, and then you do your special 1, you do a ton of damage. Now, special 2, on activation, you gain 8 intensify buffs. Remember, those intensify every single buff that you have. They last a really long time. And then the final 3 hits inflict an incinerate debuff that does quite a bit of energy damage. And then while the harvest is active, instead inflict 3 incinerate per hit with the same potency. So if you want to do some damage over time, that one, and it's also a good one to just blast damage out from planetary mass. Special 3, Galan immediately gains 200 planetary mass and begins the harvest. And that's it. So if activated while the harvest is already active, refresh the duration of the current active harvest and enable Galan to gain power again. So he can gain power while he's got that on. And then this is the part about the heralds here. You can consume 2 solar intensities in the pre-fight, and then based off of the number of victories that the herald has, they get different things. So reduce power burn, resistance to damage, damaging debuffs, which is really good, especially for things like Hercules. And then heralds become unblockable when landing a special attack into the opponent's block with 2 or more victories. So there you go. Now his awakened ability, which is what I was waiting for, is that whenever Galan prevents a power drain, burn, lock, or special lock, because he happens to be immune to that stuff. Here it is right here. The Staff of Ta preserves Galan's power and grants immunity to power drain, burn, lock, and special lock, which is a specialty of a lot of tech champions. So whenever he prevents one of those from a non-mystic champion, he gains physical resistance and energy resistance, and when he gains those, he gets planetary mass. Remember that. And then while the harvest is active, Galan becomes stun immune and deals a burst of direct damage whenever Galan gains any amount of planetary mass. So that's only while the harvest is in effect, and that goes away once you've used your special attack. So let's talk about some synergies, because that's another big thing too. So one of the reasons I use Khonshu's Ankh is because all of the best synergies are in here. So we've got farm to table. Converting resistances into planetary mass creates an additional, so we want that. So we want to get that one. So while I'm talking about these, I'm also going to be building a team for the Realm of Legend, so we can take a look at him against a couple of champs in there. So we're going to edit our team here, and we're going to bring Galan in. There he is right there. And this one is, so he's got a whole bunch of heralds, but he's got other things. So we're going to bring Galan in with Colossus. I don't know why he's got something with the Colossus, but he does. Then we've got Mr. Fantastic. So that increases his incinerate. So why not? We'll bring that one in. Okay, we got that one. And then we've got Heroes of the Cosmos. So he doesn't really get anything from any of these. He gives out things to others. So Villains of the Cosmos and Heralds. So he's got something for Airwalker, for Cosmic Ghost Rider, who is a Herald. He's got something for Terrax, and he's got something for Silver Surfer, which doesn't give him anything. Now we've got enemies and massive gains And we want, this gives us block rating per muscle mass. So that really, and this reaching 315 planetary mass while the harvest is not active grants a heavy stun. So I don't necessarily care about that. But we got pole arm pals here. So striking the opponent with their back is against the wall, you gain cruelty. So I think we're going to take, we got 2 more to give. So I think we're going to do that one. And I think we're going to do, the High Evolutionary has one. I have a High Evolutionary. I think he is only a 4-star. And I think, is he a tech? I don't know if he is a tech. Maybe he's not a tech. What is he? High Evolutionary. Is he a science? Maybe he's a science. There he is. He's a science. So we're going to bring him in. And that's going to give us a bump to our crit rating. So maybe we'll do a little bit more of the crit. Okay. And let's unveil. And there's our team right there. So we got a bump to our crit rating. It's not the best. And then we're going to hit save. And we're going to go in and we're going to do this. Okay. So we've got Galan right now at a 40,592 because of all of his synergies. And we're going to bring him up against Winter Soldier, Realm of Legends. Here he goes. Now, if you want to activate his thing, you hit the little side button here. Now, he doesn't have 2 points, so he cannot activate Cosmic Seed right now. So we have to leave that one alone. But after we beat this guy, I'll show you that that'll be active. And then you can bring another Cosmic Champion in, and they will become a Herald. Okay, so we're going to go medium, light, 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 medium. So we got 40 already. Medium, light, 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 medium. We got 80. And we got 4 of each. Medium, light, 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 medium. We've got 120. Boom, we got that. And here goes. We're at 290. And look at that. Look at that. So medium, light, 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 medium. And there's our Furies. Medium, light, 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 medium. And we're going to do a special 2 this time. Medium, light, light. Or medium, light, medium. Boom. And we're back in again. And here we go. Boom. And there we go. Wow, look at that. Over 100,000 points of damage with each one of those. Just nasty. Okay, so that was quick. That was 50 seconds, and I was messing around a little bit, and that was a 50 seconds. So I could have done 2 special 2s, and that would have been it. So let's take him up against Captain Marvel Classic, and we're gonna try and like get him to do as much planetary mass as we can. Now he has 2 of these, and there it is right there. So I could activate this right now, and I could bring in the Serpent, and I could make the Serpent a Herald of Galactus, but we're not going to do that. We're gonna use Galan. So here we go. So we're gonna go medium, light, 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 medium, medium, light, 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 medium, medium, light, 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 medium, medium, light, 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 medium. Eventually, medium, light, 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 medium. We're gonna go all the way up to a special 3. Medium, light, 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 medium. Medium, light, 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 medium. Okay, let's do this. So now the harvest is automatically going to be active after this. And we want to get up to a special 1. And we're unstoppable right now. Okay. Boom. And here we go. We're at 900. How much is this going to be? 380,000 points. That is amazing. Absolutely amazing. 380,000 points. So I just showed you 2 different ways to use him. You can do like the spam special 1, special 2 route, or you can go all the way up to a special 3, and I got up to 900. I think you can get to like 999 or something, and that was 53 seconds, and I was just messing around. Biggest hit, 380,469. That's massive. That's absolutely massive. So you can see he can just destroy. If we got champs that have 1,000,000 health or higher, he can go through that pretty heftily. All right, that is the video I have for everybody today. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I will catch everybody later.